What's going on, guys? This is Daniel Hooper with the FNX Podcast. I'm so excited to welcome our next guest, Christian Harris. Christian is a CrossFit Games athlete as well as the leader of Move Fast and Lift Heavy. Move Fast and Lift Heavy is an awesome business with online programming, a gym itself, apparel, and a podcast. This dude is an entrepreneur who covers a number of different bases and also is really just a cool guy, man. He's definitely somebody that I would love to get back on and unpack and have more time with. However, to make this a little bit more digestible for you and make it more of a fun experience for you, what we decided to do is just hit these 3 questions, get to know Chris a little bit more intimately, and have a good time. Let's get started. Chris, man, I'm so pumped to have you on today, man. This is exciting. It's a long time coming. Chris Harris, one of our amazing sponsored athletes, CrossFit Games extraordinaire, just one of the coolest guys you're going to meet on the whole planet. Chris, we're switching up the flow a little bit here with the FNX podcast. We're doing things a little bit differently. Here, what we're going to be doing actually is you have pre-selected 3 questions for us to ask. In these 3 questions, that anything goes, man. We want you to be as real and as upfront and honest as possible. But the first of our 3 questions is, what is a past failure that has impacted you the most in a positive way for the future? AKA, what scar do you wear with the most pride?
I could tell you a failure that has most positively impacted me because it's kind of put me on this trajectory of where I am today. I won't say I wear it with too much of a proud scar, but it's the fact that I'm a college dropout. I got out of school with 1 semester left to finish, so it's definitely something I've contemplated actually over COVID, maybe just going back to school and just finishing up. But I am a college dropout, and it's something that I guess led me to where I am today. So just to give you a little background, played college football at Long Island University, played wide receiver there, and throughout my time I studied business and marketing. So I kind of switched to marketing my junior year as something to really focus in on. It's something that I feel like if there's anything I took away from school, it's probably the marketing component the most. Just, through my social media, through my businesses that I have, I'm an entrepreneur. I've definitely gravitated towards the marketing aspect, but that's either here nor there. I dropped out of school and I had a job coaching people at Parisi Speed School, which is a strength and conditioning facility, working with mostly young athletes to help them develop their running mechanics and their speed for their sports. And through that, I found CrossFit, and through that whole trajectory, it's kind of where I am today.
I didn't know that you played college ball. And I also I had done some strength and speed training as well, getting those high school and even younger whippersnappers out there, trying to get them running in a ladder, trying to get them working. Half the time it's just they're busy playing with grass and picking their nose. But the one thing,
it's definitely a fun experience working with the younger athletes. My son is in football now; he's in flag football. And you almost take for granted sometimes how something so simple can be so challenging to teach to young athletes for it being their first time. For example, we had one of our first practices. We were just learning a quarterback, running back handoff exchange. And it's like rocket science for some of these kids. So it's a beautiful thing.
That makes me think. I remember I played Pee Wee football, and I remember in Pee Wee, we had a kid who had like a rocket arm, and he was a year younger than me, rocket arm, but he couldn't take a snap. And so then it was like, well, we're just gonna operate out of the shotgun, and it's like the kid couldn't catch the ball, and the coach, I remember like looking at the coach like, don't put him on the field, like we can't do this. So it's like
we can't get going.
Yeah, like, hey, if we can't snap the ball, chances are we're not going to win. Like, so how do you feel like? I want a follow up question out of that too. Then, how do you feel like that has impacted you as a competitor? You know, the actual, you know, dropping out. You know, the being a college dropout. How has that impacted you as a competitor? How has it impacted you just from I want to say as more of a high skill athletic standpoint?
Yeah, so, you know, I definitely pride myself as somebody that works hard. You know, and if I start something, I set out to finish it. And that's kind of one of the reasons why, you know, I definitely hold that up there as one of my biggest failures. But it's not one that I'm proud of, is because I didn't finish out what I set to do. So I think for mostly all other endeavors that I partake in, I definitely make sure I finish the task, and it makes me work a lot harder in a sense. So maybe it's a little bit of a subliminal thing for me. Kind of always have that in the back of my mind, to just always finish what you set out to do.
I'd imagine that also impacts parenting, right? You know, the commitment
For sure.
of being. Because how old's your son? Because you have two, right?
I have two boys, 10 and 6.
10 and 6. I mean, that changes even how you communicate with your, you know, with these young men, right?
100%. Like, I feel like nowadays you definitely need to have some college experience for most jobs that it is that you're trying to pursue. You know, the world is just so different now. I feel like you don't have to have a college degree to succeed in life, but it's just something that, especially in my family, I was the first one to go to college. So to make it that far and not finish the task is, again, it's something that always motivates me, I think.
What is one piece of health or wellness advice that you wish more people took?
Oh, man. I would say to get at least 30 minutes of movement every day, no matter the form of exercise. I think just moving for 30 minutes a day would keep everyone much healthier than they are. This is something that I get frustrated with some people. I'm not going to name any names, my mom. But I think, yeah, just getting out and moving. Again, it doesn't matter the form of exercise. Like, I don't hate on any form of fitness. To me, fitness is just movement, right? It doesn't have to be CrossFit, it doesn't have to be powerlifting, it doesn't have to be running. It could be something as simple as going for a walk. You know, just getting out and moving, I think will keep the population much healthier.
Yeah, I've seen those studies that say that I think it's 30 minutes of walking does as much for a type 2 diabetic as metformin does.
Wow. That's bonkers.
Yeah.
But where that kind of takes me to is even like, you know, me and Adrian created this Rise 45 program, right? This is our health and wellness and habit building program that is all built towards sustainable life, but it's 45 days in a row of fitness. And so many people, they look at that and they're like, man, I can't max back squat 45 days in a row. And it's like, well, yeah, man,
Right.
good. Please don't. And it's like every Sunday is like Adrian calls it the flow day. And it's like, yeah, listen, we're going to move around. But the thing is, like 30 minutes, or like for us, we set the threshold at 20. 20 minutes of fitness is the limit. And that's how you count it as a workout. But it's like 20 minutes of working out or an hour of working out is going to, I mean, listen, even you and I, right? It's going to look significantly different of what a workout is for you versus what a workout is for me. And that's okay. Like that's not the point of it. The point of it is let's live, let's survive, and let's have a healthy, what it does for your brain, what it does for your blood, for your heart. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that's just the thing. It's not just the physical, it's 100% mental as well. For me, that's why I move every day. It's a way to kind of just get my brain to reset and get rid of the clutter for, again, if it's 20 to 30 minutes, it's just time for me to work on myself, And I think it goes such a long way, especially if you do it first thing in the morning, to set the tone for your day.
Final question for you, brother. Aside from your profession, what is one thing that you nerd out on?
So it's a little bit of a new thing for me. I recently just made a purchase of a Breville Barista Pro. Ooh. So I'm trying to get into the coffee game a little bit.
Nice.
Learning how to make espresso and lattes and things like that. I mean, let me tell you something. It is an art form to be able to make a latte. Honestly, it's a little crazy. So I've spent, since I've had it for about 3 weeks now, I've probably watched about 20 YouTube videos on just the littlest minutia details. I mean, have you guys ever made an espresso before?
Oh yeah, it's tough.
Certainly have not over here.
It's tough, like measuring out the beans and like grinding them and then tamping it. It's like a lot of work, honestly.
Yeah, getting
it's
the
more than
right.
I actually initially signed up for. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've been enjoying, especially if I do it first thing in the morning, because it's like a little bit of a brain activity to kind of get your day started. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that because I actually don't make a whole lot of espresso. My espresso machine broke, but every morning I make siphon coffee. And it's nice just because it's every morning I know that I have like a 20-minute ritual. I'm weighing out beans, I'm grinding them, I'm getting the water ready, like I'm doing all of that. And it's like 20 minutes that I'm just kind of making my coffee. And it's nice. It's nice to have that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like a nice ritual to have in the morning. And then I think rituals are important. It kind of keeps you in a nice routine. And again, it's good for your brain. It's good for just setting good habits, right? If you can kind of create a ritual of some sort or a habit and build off of that, I think that's how you can see success in a lot of things that you do.
It's rhythm, right? It's rhythm. You create a rhythm at the beginning of your day. I mean, even you were talking about fitness, right? But it's like if you can create a rhythm, internally, externally, the whole way around, a rhythm. I mean, it's momentous, right? I think that's the right way to word it. Momentous. It's momentuminous. It's like momentum comes from rhythm, and so if you're able to have that, it's a game changer. Okay, so all right, hold on, quick follow-up question. What is your ideal type or cup of coffee? Like, do you do cream and sugar? Do you do like that kind of more of the fancy stuff? Or are you just like, hey man, black coffee all day, or espresso all day? That's it. I don't need any fixins.
So when I would go to coffee shops, I would typically get either an espresso or like an Americano or something like that. But having this new machine, I definitely am loving the espresso game. So what I've been doing lately is I've been doing espresso with like a teaspoon of brown sugar.
Ooh,
and
that
that's
sounds
it.
Delightful.
Straight up.
That sounds delightful.
Have you played around with making yourself like an affogato or anything like that yet?
Not yet, but those are delicious.
Yeah, those are really good.
I don't even know what that is, and I want to try that today.
For those who don't know so if you don't know what an affogato is basically espresso over vanilla ice cream. It's incredible.
It's delicious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh yeah, that sounds bomb. Okay, well, hey brother, that's what we got from here. The last and final piece is, where can we find you, man?
Yeah, you could find me on Instagram at I am Chris Harris, but you can check out my companies, Move Fast, Lift Heavy. So we do an online programming. We do fitness apparel, lifestyle apparel, and yeah, that's what we got going on.
What about the podcast?
The podcast is through Move Fast, Lift Heavy as well.
Got it.
We try to do an episode weekly on there, and we also have a gym, Move Fast, Lift Heavy Gym, which is located out in Long Island, New York, Ronkonkoma.
So you're from there? Sorry, now we're just gonna. I want to ask you this really quick. Are you like born and raised
jam.
Long Island?
No, so I grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I moved around a lot as a kid, but I grew up in Brooklyn, and in the middle of 9th grade, I want to say around like March, I moved out to Long Island. Went to 3 different high schools and finished at Islip High School in 2004. I graduated from there.
So
where are you guys from?
So Chris is from everywhere.
I'm from all over the place.
I think you would call Utah where you originate from, right?
Yeah, I was born in Utah.
Yeah.
It's weird to count that though when you only live here. Like you don't remember living here before you moved back here when you were 15 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So I'm from central Pennsylvania. I'm from a little small town just south of State College. So Adrian and I are actually brothers. So Adrian and I grew up, Adrian's a year older than me. It's a really big year that he's older than me. He's much more mature than I am. But we grew up in central PA. It's crazy to be out here now in Salt Lake City, man. We got to get you out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to come out. Adrian was telling me something about camp you guys are doing, I think.
Yeah. So we got this thing. It's an elite training camp we're going to be doing in November. I mean, I kind of been pining him about, getting on and seeing if you're available and can make it out, because definitely would add a lot of value to our people, shoot some good content, do some cool stuff. Maybe have you, chat and kind of do like a, I kind of have a vision for like, some of our athletes, like giving them the opportunity, basically have like a microphone and be like, hey, it's a Tim Ferriss thing. I don't know if you follow Tim Ferriss or not, but Tim Ferriss has this one of his questions that he likes to ask people is like, if you had a billboard, what would you want to be on the billboard? And I always think with our sponsored athletes, with some of these people where I'm like, I know there's a lot to you, man. So I've been pining him like, hey, let's get Chris out here. Let's get him out here.
Yeah, and it'd be fun to have you in the studio
man, I'm
too.
in. Let me know.
Okay. Sweet. Well, hey, man, that's it. We were tight here. What we got? Like 25 minutes we were in? 21.
Yeah, 20-ish minutes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Love it, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully when I get to meet you in person, I'm going to give you a hug. Hopefully you're a hugging type. If you're not, things about to get weird for us.
Big hugger.
So I appreciate your time, man. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good talking to you.
Later, man.
Enjoy.
Man, that was such a good conversation we had with Christian Harris. I love that guy. He is such a cool human. I really want to have him on more. I want to chat with him more depth and dive in even deeper in the future. But hey, guys, while you are still here, I just wanted to remind you guys that we are doing a raffle for a $300 bundle for anyone who rates and reviews our podcast. So how it works is you rate us and review us on however you get your podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, whatever it ends up being. But you write us a rate and review. As soon as we get to 100, we're going to pick a lucky winner of a $300 Your Choice bundle of FNX products. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.